Hello, good evening. Hope everyone's well. Simi Dad here. We are doing something slightly different today because the Fraser Valley map that we normally play on a Wednesday has had an update and we haven't had a chance to update our version of it. So what we are doing is I've got a multiplayer server on the combined counties map. So that's what we're doing today. I've got Mr. F waiting in the wings to come in. And we're gonna just farm and chat. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far, good day so far, whatever you've been up to. This is the combined counties map from Cavalier Roy, which is his not a great start, which is his 4 maps that he did for FS22. Which he's put them into one 4x map, and it was a map that I was really excited to play. I was really excited to play it, and I didn't have time to really do anything pre-recorded on it, and was kind of missing having a multiplayer server. So messaged out to the guys and said, look, I'm thinking about starting a multiplayer server again. Anyone interested? Had a handful of people that were interested, so we got it set up, and yeah, everyone's been loving it so far. It's only been up for I think about nearly 2 days or nearly a day and a half, something like that, where it's actually been up and running. But everyone's sort of getting on, doing their own thing. We are running individual farms, but sort of contracting out to each other to help out as needed. But yeah, so so far it's going well. I haven't really had much chance to get on it because of other stuff, but it's that's hence the stream today, because I had stuff to do on it. But yeah, without much further ado, I'll bring Mr. Farquhar in on the Discord. Other people might join us at some stage, but Mr. Farquhar is waiting in the wings to come in. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Oh, it just absolutely bodged that, getting that harvester around that corner.
These things happen.
The old Farquhar kit came into effect.
I'll say your little tap and I'll soon get it into place, mate.
You forget how tight the little lanes between the fields are. I feel like I've probably gone for a harvester that's way too big.
That's why I went for the little Nova.
Yeah.
The little baby one.
Well, I did look at that one and I thought, oh, you know what? That's probably a good size for the size of the fields. As for the size of the lanes, but my fields are huge, and I was like, that 5,000 litre grain tank's not going to do much for me.
It'll do me for starters. Well, yeah. Initially, I weren't planning on a lot of arable, but obviously things change. So yeah, I might have to upgrade it eventually.
You accidentally purchased a grain cereal factory, and now you've got to do some grain.
I've got to do some cereals.
Andrew Stephen here, selling work, lurking, stuck at work. Hey buddy, hope you're well, hope you're having a good day. As good as can be when you're stuck at work.
Evening, buddy.
Because we had to put that production revamp mod on to solve the issue with the sale points that we were talking about yesterday. That does mean you can buy the was it raisins that you needed?
Yeah.
So you don't get stuck.
Oh, so oh, cool. So we can buy productions now.
You can just buy stuff in if you don't want to do it.
Nice.
Like doing grapes. Unless Lynn was going to
do
it solid and sell you some.
Yeah, things. It's not just the grapiness, the raisin. That's his thing. He wants to do all the grapes and stuff. So I'm going to try and buy them off him once he's up and running.
That is his thing. He showed me it's because he had, when we first started playing, I think Chilliwack, I think he had a save on UMRV, and he showed me, screen shared one night with me to show me the course that he'd set up on auto drive and course play, so that he could get that harvesting the grapes from him. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not great on auto drive as it is, but I just got lines everywhere and points everywhere, and I was just like, looks good, mate, but I don't know what you're showing me.
Yeah, that's it. Well done, you.
I think it was I think someone, one of the I think maybe even Disturbed did the video that he copied it from, or it might have
Yeah.
been someone else, but one of he said he got it from one of the YouTubers that was pretty good with auto drive. He was like, "Oh, I could show you how to set it up if you want." I was like, no. Even with that, I still
Never doing grapes.
Still no desire for grapes. Not after doing olives on Middleburg.
I don't know why, but it always surprises me that that's the crop that got him in 22. That's the one he like, oh yeah. So much bloody work. But that's the one he likes.
I think he said he has to drive the harvester itself, but got everything else to auto drive. Oh yeah, that might be Andrew. So, but yeah, I haven't done that sugarcane stuff either. I did olives on Middleburg, and did not enjoy it at all. Kept getting stuck on the trees and stuff. So didn't figure that figured grapes would probably be the same. So didn't ever try grapes.
I haven't done sugarcane in 22. I did sugarcane in 19 and 17 when it came in.
Yeah.
But I had no interest in doing it now because it's another one that's so slow.
Yeah.
You can plant it, but most of even the modded harvesters are only like 2 or 3 rows.
Yeah.
It just takes forever. Makes sugar beet look fun.
That was the other thing actually about the olives on Middleburg, because the farm I had on there had a patch of olives already planted. It wasn't I didn't option to do it, it was already there, so I was like, well, I may as well do it. But the harvesters were tiny capacity, so by the time you'd harvested like 2 rows, you'd have to drive off to empty it then.
Yeah, it feels so quick. Doing them on the Own the Map challenge, admittedly, that was an insane amount of grapes and olives that I planted to start with. But
Andrew,
that
the
was
expansion crops all suffer this. Root crops and both orchards. Hugely slow, a lot of manual work. Yeah.
It's like the veggies would be great, the vegetable crops, the new ones, but
yeah.
I mean, it's set up pretty much for multiplayer, isn't it? Not everyone's.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what Andrew just said. AI drivers can't do half of it. And that's true.
Because I like the carrots and I think they're much more fun to do just because there is a little bit more to them. But yeah, it'd be nice if you could have a worker doing part of it for you.
Well, it's like those like the pull behind harvesters. A lot of for like root crops. A lot of them you need to sort of have someone driving alongside you constantly unloading. And it's like the AI is not that good that it can do that without being a twat, basically. That is the official terminology.
See what 2025 brings us with the GPS and better workers.
Yeah. And the tornadoes.
Watch out, Scruffy, you're going to get flattened, mate.
You can't forget the tornadoes. I was going to say the tornadoes.
No.
He's thinking it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah.
It's food just falling out of it. A lot of games
different in it.
Multiplayer. That's why I joined you guys. Yeah. We're amateur hour over here.
Weather effects on crop. I hope there's more than just the tornado, though. Like just general weather effects on crops would be nice.
Yeah, nice.
Too much rain or not enough rain, and so and that's got to be a feature that's going to be turned off, isn't it?
Yeah. Even like a bug like bugs affect your crop with yield as well. Would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one actually. If there was like any one of the like pests that you get, and you've got to make the decision whether you spray some like horrific chemical on to get rid of them, or whether you just take the hit on yield.
Yeah, that's it. Lose a corner of the field or half a field or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they did that emergency services pack, but what I'd actually really like is if they did. I know probably more likely in American maps, but if they did like field fires. You know, like you see those YouTube videos, and they're like they're harvesting the crops or ploughing the crops in to try and cut a line between the fire and the rest of the crop. But I think that would potentially be a nice feature if all of a sudden you got like a message on the screen saying field 100 is on fire, you need to get down there to deal with it.
I was reading some of the YouTube comments. I can't remember whose videos it was on. Daggerwin was one of them. But like a lot of people seem to be complaining about the physics. Like the tractor's moving across the field, but the tractor's really smooth. Whereas in real life, if you're moving across the field, the cab itself is bouncing up and down.
Well, on the video as well that went out on the trailer, there's no ground deformation, is there? There's no tracks left behind from the tractors as well.
Yeah.
Which, brings that into question as to how well implemented that is.
Still more to see, I think.
Yeah.
Jen, evening, Jen. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. Hope you're still surviving the summer holidays. It's getting close to going back.
This means traffic.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been down and looked at anyone else's farm yet. That made me think that seems scruffy up there floating around. I haven't pried. Even when I went down to Lynn's, I didn't go in there and have a look at what he was doing. Just did my job and left.
I have nothing to do. I'm about to jump off. Thought I'd fly up and see what you're doing.
Just ploughing.
I'm harvesting to do there, but if I rent a harvester now, I'm going to get paid leasing costs for tomorrow as well. So it's like
as well hang on until you're actually on.
I'm going to stop in the silage.
If you want to stay on, like, you can run grain cut for me if you want.
No, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to jump off. Yeah, I'm up at fucking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. 5. I get a bit of a lay-in tomorrow.
Nice extra hour.
Yeah. Past 2 days, I've actually had to pull over and take a half an hour in the bed.
Have you?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually really comfortable though.
I bet. That's nice.
Less than 2 weeks to go. Yeah, my oldest is the last one to go back, and that's 2 weeks today.
We go back on the 5th.
Yeah, the younger ones go back 2 weeks yesterday, and then my oldest has got an inset day, so he's back 2 weeks today.
Maybe man starts nursery on the 2nd of September.
Oh, nice. I've got to get on later and do some work. That tree harvester is leased. Oh yeah, you're probably paying costs on that. That's the only thing about a multiplayer server, because the clock's running all the time. Now it's actually switched on. It's racking up the lease costs of anything that's leased all the time. So if it goes
a lot of lease costs a minute ago when I sped it up 6 hours. Yeah, I jumped on about 7:30. I thought, because it'll be daylight. I'd get on. Bloody balls, it's 2:30 in the morning still. What's going on? I don't play in the dark. I've waited. I think Rusty's been on all day playing through the night.
Yeah.
He's got to keep working contracts to pay off that bloody loan. He's sure to keep his head above float.
Take a loan of $1 million. Don't really want to touch it. There's 500,000 silage sitting there to go for sale.
Yeah, I got a load of silage that'll make me some money soon, hopefully.
I got 3 grass fields, but none of them are ready to harvest yet. So
Best price for silage is January.
Two youngest go back, third, second oldest fourth, and oldest fifth. I've had a look at this map, and my gaming laptop can't handle it. Oh, that's a bummer.
Just have to dial your settings right down.
Yeah, put it on like low graphics.
It'll be fine, like 720 still.
I mean, it's getting better all the time because Selim, one of the guys who's playing, he's taking the trees out, so less things to load.
A lot of trees.
Did you watch the new FS25 trailer, Jen? I didn't realise, Mr. F, that video that I shared and you'd shared as well. I didn't realise this is from the same studio that make SnowRunner.
Yeah, yeah, that's the next one. That's the next evolution of SnowRunner. It's going to be the next game. So I should imagine that'll come out next summer.
Yeah, it said on the trailer it was 2025, so
yeah,
that seems probably
because that'll be when this season of SnowRunner will probably come to an end about June time, and that's also sort of roughly when expeditions would have been going for like over a year then.
Yeah.
So a new game in the summer probably would suit them, because they've got Sabre have got 2 other games coming out as well that are completely different, and if they don't drop at least 2 games, they're going to struggle. The Sabre aren't that big of a studio.
Yeah.
And the other 2 games are completely different. There's like a first-person horror game, and another one is a different sort of driving game where you sort of driving with RP elements of building up the vehicle and doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's very different from that, but that looks cool. Being able to build up the roads, bring in the dirt, and
yeah. I mean, I must admit, when I first saw it, it got suggested to me, and I thought, oh yeah, that looks cool. And I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, it looks quite quite similar to SnowRunner, which I shared it. I know you and Rusty like that. And then obviously when you said it was the same studio, I was like, oh, well, that makes total sense.
Yeah, being able to clear that extra rubble on in the environment as well, like move stuff out, clear your way.
Yeah.
That looked good.
Sabre doing Space Marines 2.
They do that as well, yeah.
So I think that's what you're looking forward to, Jen, isn't it?
I think that'll come out in a couple of weeks, doesn't it?
Hang on a bounce. I'll catch you on tomorrow.
All right, Scruff, have a good rest, mate. Have a good day
tomorrow.
Fella.
Take it easy. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, Jen, they released a gameplay trailer today because this Gamescom this week or this weekend. So they released a new gameplay trailer this morning. Do you know when that racing game is meant to drop that Giants are partnering on or whatever they're doing with it?
Oh, that'll be a while yet. I should have. Well, it'll be next year. I would have thought, but it'll be a while yet. The development team, by reading from their own personal post, obviously with Giants, but reading from them, whatever they're called, Straight 4 or something.
Yeah.
They're using a lot of AI to build it and help program it and stuff. So interesting to see how that works. I guess a lot of people are doing that. They just sort of talking about it a lot more.
Yeah.
AI-led design.
Taking over. Sheep don't take straw, do they?
For bedding, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. I've always put mine in like a little open pasture.
Yeah, my farm came with a cow and a sheep. Past pen enclosure, whatever you want to call it. I was thinking, I don't know if I'll do the sheep, but then they're quite low maintenance, so you just stack them full of grass.
Yeah, so it didn't got to be hay, have they? Just stick grass in there.
Just turn one of these fields I'm harvesting into grass, because my plan is these fields. Well, I'm probably going to get cows. The 2 big fields I've got, at least one of those, I want it to be corn, which obviously I can't plant until like March or April, whenever it is. I'm thinking if I turn it into grass over winter, then I'd probably get a cut off it before I plough it into plant the corn. Or maybe I'll have made some good money by then and I can buy a different field to put the corn in. Salem AI still is really reactive though. It remixes things humans have already done. It still doesn't really make original content. Yeah, I don't really know enough about it, to be honest, to know the like ins and outs. Rusty streams on in the background. He'll be back in about half hour. All right, mate, no problem.
Is the store at the store?
Yeah, I haven't done anything with it. I think it's at the store. Just reset it just in case. I got off last night. And I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, shit, I bought a new tractor and a baler. Did I reset the store or did I even put it, did I even move the store or did I pick it up? It was about 1:30 when I got off and I was just tired.
I leased myself a second tractor on the Never Never. Although, is Lynn coming back? I've still got contract on his. I could have borrowed his tractor just to have my set as a second tractor for the day.
Yeah.
So just went to tab 2 and I jumped into his Valtra. And so, ooh, actually, could have just borrowed that.
Yeah, I've got that Fent and then I got myself that little Deutz Agrostar. Mine needs a change because it's not very good at pulling the baler, even though it's got plenty of power. It still struggles on the uphill.
I leased a Fent 824 on the Never Never. See how I need to start making some money though. I've got all my equipment on lease.
Yeah.
It's going to get expensive.
I don't remember what I've leased and what I've bought, to be honest. I've got the harvester on lease, bale trailer on lease, and then I bought two tractors, a grain trailer, and a baler and a chainsaw, and that's it.
I brought the Deutz and the Nova that I own outright, and the Brantner power tube. I brought the plough, and I did have a big baler on lease, but I got rid of that this morning as soon as you said that you put some cheaper balers in there. So the big baler's gone, and I've got the cheap chrome one. I brought that out, right?
Yeah.
And
I was
then
on
lease
last night, and I was just, because I needed a baler, and I was just looking at them all, and I prefer to do square bales because I find them easier to move and maneuver, and I hate round bales. So I was looking at all the square balers. It's like 150,000. I was like, oh, I don't want to spend that much on it when I know there's a chrome one that I like, which is cheap. So I thought.
And then on lease, I got the tractor that I just now went and got. It's 117 grand. My corn header is on lease. My seeder is on lease, and that's the Kubota one.
Yeah.
My full set of Kubota mowers, they're on lease. The Kubota fast baler, that's on lease. The round bale collector, that's on lease. It's like, but I can't run my farm without any of it. I just can't afford to buy it because I brought a bloody factory.
Yeah, I did cave in and got a loan last night, so because I thought I don't want to be leasing everything and just paying like thousands a day in lease costs.
That's right, but it's leased to own, so you're eventually going to own it. That's all right. It's just paying off the price of the actual thing. That's why I like lease to own, because eventually it will be mine. And if you come into some money, you can buy it outright. I'll have a silage bale count, because I need to get some hay before I get some cows anyway, like some proper amount of hay. And because I don't need silage for them to start with, because they're not going to produce milk, so I don't need to worry about TMR. They're going to produce milk for the first 6 months into it.
I think it's.
Or are we running the animal?
I don't think we've got. I don't think we've got any animal mods on here. So I think if you buy the older cows, they'll start producing more or less straight away.
No, it's 6 months. They don't come in producing, do they? You just have to wait.
I don't remember, to be honest, because it's been that long since I played without like enhanced animals.
Yeah. Too far. No. If hay will give them 80%, then they'll still be alright. They'll produce a little bit, even if so.
Rusty said his are producing milk straight away.
Are they? Oh. Wow. And so you need to get the TMR sorted.
Did you buy the oldest ones, Rusty, or I don't even know what you can buy on normal anymore. Do they do different ages of?
Stop making me run back from the kitchen at time.
It's like, shit, these idiots don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And now they're asking me questions.
Yeah, I think if you buy the 18-month ones, they start straight away, don't they? And then I think if you buy the younger ones, they're like the 12-month. I think they're 6 months until they start producing, and then obviously you've got the.
I thought 12 months. Oh, I'm getting confused with 19 then. So I thought 12 months was as old as they came. Man's confused.
Yeah, oldest. Yeah. There's not going to be a great yield on this field because it's just full of weeds. Hi Jen, sorry, currently cooking. When you get back, Rusty, we'll ask you all about what you've been cooking.
I do like these older fence, the 800 and the 900 varios. The squarer ones.
Yeah, I like those. And the price is good for the power that you can put into them as well.
Yeah. I think this is like 240. This was 110.
Yeah.
112, something like that.
It's okay, Rusty, don't burn the house down. Jen, what are you saying about his cooking skills? You're saying your lad's starting full-time school in a couple of weeks, is it?
On the 5th, yeah. Bless him. I think he's going to struggle for a little bit. He'll get used to it. Such a massive change for him, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still only 4. Still only little, innit?
Yeah.
To spend all that time away.
Yeah. He's been going to like a morning
nursery.
Nursery.
Yeah. We went to nursery. Did 3 full days.
Yeah.
At nursery. But like 5 full days, and it'll be an extra hour longer than what nursery was as well.
Yeah.
And every week. But I'm hoping it's going to tire him out a little bit and just sort of make home life a little bit better for him. Because he's just so wired sometimes, or he's too tired, but not physically tired, he's just mentally tired.
Yeah.
Whereas I think them long days will help tire him out a little bit more. Stop him getting up at bloody 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Or better yet, stop him getting up at 3 in the morning to go root around for a remote control for the telly. Hide them up. Hide all of them up. All the remote controls for all the tellies get hidden up at night time. But I always leave my phone in here on charge. And if he can't find a remote, he'll come and get my phone and then hide that under his duvet and start watching that at 3, 4 in the morning. Then he'll come down for breakfast later on and say, I didn't have a good sleep. You've been up watching YouTube all night, mate. But I'm glad you're aware that you didn't have a good sleep. I guess we're not having a good day.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep means shit day.
It certainly does.
Jen, they all seem too small to start full-time school. Yeah.
That's like when people say, oh, why don't you, why don't I go work and send the kids off to a nanny or somewhere else? So I don't want to. I want to be there with my kids. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's such a. I don't know. It's like with the government, like they say, oh, we'll pay you a certain percentage if you use an official licensed whatever childminder. But it's just a way of creating. That's all it is. They're not worried about the kid. They're not worried about me. They want me to go to work so I can pay tax, to then give that to someone else who's at work, who's going to have to pay tax, and then just double claim it all back. It's got absolutely nothing to do with children. And they don't, I think, in our universal credit that we get, for me, if they, like, does they say, oh, we'll reduce your payments, right, you pay us as a family. For me, it's £75 of that. So we're not going to miss it. I can make that doing these videos. Like, take it. That's not an incentive for me. That really am. Not with how little I care about making someone else money these days.
Yeah.
Like I said before, when I had my, because obviously in a few years' time they're going to want me to go back once the littlest is going to school. You have to do your back to work interviews and all that, and that's just like.
What age is it now? They do? Is it 5 or?
They'll want, as soon as he's old enough to go to nursery, they'll want it. So when he's 3, when the youngest is 3, they'll want me to go to work and leave him either in nursery or in a crash or with someone. It's like, well, no, I shall still be at home until he goes to school full time. So I'm gonna be there to look after him the same as I was for this one. Like, no, not happening. Not happening, love. Like I say, you don't give me any money. £75 a month. Have it, keep it. And it doesn't go to me, because they always like to say, well, we'll stop your payment. I'm like, you've never paid me anything. It goes to my partner. It's like, you've never paid me anything. And then she decides, well, she's going to give me each month. Pocket money.
Jen, childhood is only a small amount of time. I want to spend as much time as I can with them. Yeah. That's what I say to everyone now, because like I know COVID was like a real shit time for a lot of people, but for me, because of the work that I was doing at the time, and it was all strictly office work, there was no ever chance of like work from home, and it was always like if you wanted time off, you gotta like justify it to the umpteenth degree. For me, COVID was like really good because it was like working from home permanently for years, and just seeing the kids more than I ever had, more flexibility and stuff like that. So that's why I'm not like, it's not that I don't want to like move on in work and get better paid jobs and better paid departments and stuff, but I'm not in a rush to do it because the flexibility that I've got now is worth more to me than getting a few extra grand a year in pay that gets half in tax anyway.
Yeah, and then all the extra crap that comes with it.
Yeah, like now I get like flexi time and stuff like that, so if I start work, think, oh, you know, it's a nice day, the kids are off school, I'll take them to the beach. Just say to my boss, as long as I've worked half a day, I just say I'm off, I'll see you tomorrow. And that's that. It's you know, there's no, oh, well, you can't. It's, alright, yeah, cool, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go somewhere in a different department and get, you know, a bit more money every year. Then I'd start losing out on some of that flexibility. I think, well, actually, once in my life, since, because like my oldest was working pretty solidly when he was growing up, and I missed a lot of him being young, especially because he was from a different relationship and we were split up, and he was living with his mother for a large portion of that. He lives with us permanently now, but missed out on a lot of stuff. So now I've got that opportunity to spend it with the younger kids. It's like I'm going to take it, and then I'll worry about
100%
more money when they're grown. You
Yeah,
know?
100%. I know how much I missed out with my girls, working 2 jobs constantly. As a nightmare as these boys are at times, it's a treat.
Yeah, definitely. I guess, you know, there are times, obviously, like as you say, it's pulling your hair out with them, and you just think, oh, I'm going to put you out in the bin now if you don't shut up. But,
yes, in the bin.
It's that time that you won't get back.
I think my first interview back at the job centre thing about this getting you ready to go back into the work. So they take you in 3 years early just to get you prepared. Yeah. And it must have gone really well because they've already cancelled my next one. That's like he's not worth talking to.
Well, I had a message from them the other day. Like, bearing in mind I work a full-time job already. I had a message from them the other day because we claim UC for getting our childcare costs back. and I had a message from them saying, do you want to come in and talk to us about earning more money? And I was like, but I already work a full-time job, what do you want me to do? I don't understand what you're asking me to do here, because I'm already working like a 40-hour work week, and the only way I'm going to earn more money is either go into, like I was saying earlier, a more senior position and do more hours and more stress and more responsibility and all that stuff, or I get a second job, which I'm not going to do.
If they want you to earn more money, it's not you they need to be talking to, it's your employer.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah.
Pay him more.
Tell my job to pay me more.
Yeah, I'd love to earn more money. Do I want a second job? That's a different question.
My partner works a lot, so he's missed a lot. So when he has a day off work, he makes sure to spend time with the kids. Yeah, it's what you got to do. Rusty,
Got to come in and talk about how to earn more money. That's fucking hilarious.
Rusty, I worked a lot during COVID because of my job. I slept in the office quite a bit as well, so I didn't risk bringing anything home. And yet, less than a year after COVID finished, we had the loss. You never get the time back. Sort the job, family comes first, 100%, man, 100%. I will admit that I've been guilty of not seeing that before, but now since COVID and having that extra time and stuff, it's made me realise that actually the job title or pay isn't the be all and end all of everything. And you know, I'm a relatively young dad in that, you know, I was 21 when I had my oldest. No, was I? Yeah, 21 when I had my oldest. I'm 35 now. By the time they're grown, I'll be knocking on the door of 50, so I've still plenty of time to worry about, you know, getting a more senior position then, or getting a better paying job then. It's probably by then we'll all have to be working till we're about 95 anyway, so.
18, 20 years when my boys are grown, I'm going to be pushing 65. I'll be in the ground.
Jen, I don't mind if he doesn't want to spend a lot of time with me, as I'll have him for the rest of my life once the kids have left home. Family definitely comes first, yeah. I was 19 when I had my oldest. My mum was quite an old mum. I think she was as old as I am now having me. I think she was 35 when she had me. So I'm knocking on the door of 50. I lost that door almost 2 decades ago. Sorry, 1 decade ago. It's that senile that's coming in there, Rusty. Take I'm making myself older than I am. Yeah, my youngest is 2 now, so when she's turning 18, I think I've just turned 50 or be about to turn 50.
I'll be 59. 59 when Hunter turns 18.
It'll be a couple more years and he'll be about the size of an 18-year-old anyway, so.
Yeah, it's fucking great long.
Get that feeling early.
That's why I try and tell Megan we need to be tough and stern with them. They're not going to be small boys. They're going to be big boys. Got to be tough and stern with them. Because in 10, 15 years, I'm not going to have the energy. got to get it set in early.
Jen, when my youngest is 18, I'll be 44.
My youngest is 18. My eldest will be 38. It's a spread.
It was 6 years between my oldest and our oldest was bad. They get on alright though, do they? Or is she too cool for the kids? Or she loves it?
No, she likes it. She come on all our family days out if we go anywhere. She's 21 this year, and every time I pop over to see my mum, like I always say, off to see Nanny and Granddad, do you want to come? We'll pick you up. She's squeeze in the car with them. She come with us for like our family day out down at Colchester Zoo. She squeeze in the car and come all the way down there with that for us. And last year she was going to come away with us for a caravan holiday with her boyfriend, and he was going to bring her, but they split up and we couldn't fit her in the car and everything we needed. So we told her, if you find another friend or anyone who wants to come, if they can drive and bring you both, then you're more than welcome. So she did miss out on that, but anything we do, she's always invited and she'll normally come.
Farquhar's eldest is how old? 21, did you say?
Yeah, 21 this year.
Andrew, no kids, pro gamer strats.
Strats. Yeah, last month she got her keys and moved out from her mother's.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying
she's all grown up.
Place.
Yeah, all grown up.
Rusty, my oldest is 28, youngest is 15. I'll be 60 when my youngest turns 18.
We're in a similar boat there. Just the time scale is different.
Yeah.
I think me and my sister having kids must have put my brother off because he's only 3 years younger than me and he ain't got any.
Sensible man.
Yeah. He enjoys his holidays, his city breaks, his long weekends.
I always say that to my wife, like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love and adore my kids like everyone does, like all, most parents do. But I do say to her, like, I wish we'd held off like a year or two before we had them, just so we could have travelled a bit more, saved and bought a house before we had kids, because once you've got kids, it's so much harder to do everything.
Yeah, me and Megan cancelled our first real holiday away together when when we found out that she was pregnant, because it just sort of, well, she was due the 2 weeks that we booked away. She was due for, so we never got a proper big holiday. We've done weekends away and that beforehand, but never as just a couple did we get a couple's holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we didn't money when we were growing up to do like abroad holidays, so my first time abroad was with my wife when I was like 20 something, 27 or 26 or something, no, 24 I think. So we did Tunisia, then we went to Egypt on honeymoon, And then we went to Disneyland with my oldest, and then we had the kids, and then it's been a struggle ever since because it's just cost so much extra with kids.
Yeah, if Meg's good when the boys are older, I'll see if I can get her abroad, because I think she's never been abroad once. I think that was when she was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite lucky. I travelled a lot when I was like a late teen, early 20s, as well as like did a bit of travelling with the family in their weird way of balancing the books.
Yeah.
Holidays abroad, nothing in the house. Lived off beans and toast so we could go to Turkey on holiday. Just weird.
My niece is due in November. She still thinks she can do normal stuff and have money, bless her. Yeah. She'll soon realise.
Yeah.
Andrew, millions saved in food costs over 18 years. Yeah, not far off with the prices these days. Rub it in, sell them. Kids are great, just saying. Love my nieces and nephews. Yeah, the benefit of that, though, Salem, is that you can give them back at the end of the day.
I don't want my nieces and nephews to out for a whole day. I lived with my sister for a while, between relationships and stuff, and getting my feet back on my feet. And I told her kids, if they were mine, I'd have drowned them in the bath. They all just sat there looking at me and said, "None of you would be here. You'd all be gone. I'd have drowned you in the bath. You're horrible." They didn't get left with Uncle Kirk much.
Not my circus. Yeah.
They'd have slipped and fell down the stairs at some point.
Yeah. Thing is,
accidentally been left at train stations.
Sister lives in Cornwall, down that way, which is about probably 4 hours from where we are. We only get back there like once a year. We only get to see him once a year, so it's not too bad. But he's a good kid, really. So he's a wild child, but my kids are wild children as well, so I don't mind so much. Just let them run havoc in their garden.
I'm sure that had nothing to do with the relationship at all, did it? Those cheap holidays. It's a bargain.
She was a trolley dolly for British Airways and Virgin Atlantic. Or she joined the NHS, so we used to get loads of cheap flights all over the world, all prior to having kids, of course. Yeah, I had a friend who works for Virgin Atlantic, and she goes on holiday all the time. Nearly there with this field, only got about a third left, I reckon. I'll have you know, she hunted me down. She's the younger sister of my best friend. Snared me when I wasn't looking.
Would
Evening, gents.
Oh, Rusty, good evening, sir. Been on, Rusty's here. Jen, I met my husband at a Metallica concert. And it's a fair place
Nice.
it's a fair place to meet someone.
Yeah, can think of worse places.
Yeah. Met my wife in the Weatherspoons pub beer garden.
Nice.
Whilst I was
Nothing
working.
wrong with spoonsies, mate.
Nothing at all,
Nothing wrong with
mate.
spoonsies.
Worked there for 5 years. I was working, she was out, and the rest is history.
Front of house or round the back? I did kitchens for 2 years.
Oh no, well, it's front of house mainly. I did some shifts now and again in the kitchen if they were short and stuff, but predominantly front of house. I hated the kitchen with a passion. It's a bit of a reach to call it a kitchen, but
Yeah.
microwave centre.
Chef Mike, he's busy all the time.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeding my cows too much. I've already got 20,000 litres of manure and 35,000 litres of slurry.
Oh, nice. How many cows have you got?
100.
Jesus.
I thought you only had 30. You've brought more.
I did, yeah. I thought, sod it. Let's make it a nice round number. I've got 2,000 to play with, so.
Oh yeah, those pens have got 2,000 capacity in it.
Yeah. If I find I'm struggling with the food, I'll just sell some of the cows. So
Yeah.
I need to work it out. I did have them just on hay to start with, and they were still producing milk even on hay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. More now that I've got them on TMR, but
Yeah.
they were producing on hay.
Are they chowing through the food really quick or not really?
It's difficult to tell really, because I've only upped them to 100 in the last few hours. So
Yeah.
I'll give it another 24 hours, and you'll hear me screaming, "Need more grass!"
Has anyone got any grass for sale?
Yeah, please.
I got none because the bloody grass fields that were attached to my farm, which I thought were more than likely going to be ready to cut, aren't. So
I had one that was ready.
that. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I had one that was ready, 2 that were on stage 1, and 1 that was on stage 2. So obviously I've mailed harvest 2, and I've got to wait till it turns over another month for the other 2 to be ready.
Paying attention then, and 100% harvester. As I'm in the map. Yeah, I was just saying that that was yesterday before the clock went past midnight, so a couple of those fields might actually be ready now.
Hey, it's telling me my baling contract has failed, but I didn't take a contract on 40.
Yeah, I've got that on mine as well. The contract on 46 or something, is it?
Oh, it says failed, but I didn't take that contract. Is that for everybody? It's saying that then.
Yeah, I've got it on mine. I didn't take it either.
Oh, that's all right.
What about that? 40, 46. That'll be Lynn's bales up on 46. He didn't come on and finish doing his bales, did he? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a field full of bales. Oh, they need collecting. Oh.
But I won't cancel it.
Oh.
I'll leave it there until he gets on and he can see if he can still pick them up and sell them or whatever.
So he's got like 50 bales on there.
When he gets on, he can see if he can pick them up because he's going to lose the payment for the contract anyway, so he may as well at least sell the bales to get some money back for it.
Yeah.
He's done the work, so. That must be.
I think that's because of the rollback.
Yeah, it must have been
because
to do with
the field is completely grown back.
Yeah.
I can't get in there. The hedge is too tall. I can't jump over it.
I'll leave it up and he can have a look when he gets on.
Yeah.
It probably won't be long.
Yeah,
It's usually about this sort of time, so it probably won't be that long.
Yeah, that's in full harvest growth. That field now.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the other one that you couldn't complete because of the what should we call it? You own an
yeah.
Yeah, I just easy dev the money into my account that he would have been paid and then sent it to him because he'd done the work.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's only right that he got the money when he's done the work for him. But that's sorted now because of that production revamp. So
yeah.
The only thing you've got to make sure is that you haven't got contractor access, because apparently if you've got contractor and you take a contract, it fills the production rather than fills the contract.
So what if I was doing it for him?
So if you were...
Because I've got a contractor for him.
So if you would say, if you were doing a contract and the delivery point was one of his productions, you had contractor access, the game would assume that you were just filling the silo for him. So it would just, instead of putting the goods or the product or whatever to the contract, it would put it just straight into the production for him to make into whatever he was making. So if you're going to take a contract and you know, like you were going to take a contract on my farm and you had contractor access, you just have to ask me to take it off before you actually started delivering it. Andrew, got loads of grass, still got a forest on it.
About 110 grass bales turning into silage in my shed.
They are turning, or they already have.
They are turning. They should be silage soon, I think, because we've gone through a whole month, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what the rollback has done to them.
How long does it take to turn a bale into silage when you're playing it stock like this?
I think it's one month, isn't it?
Yep. I'm not used to playing a game with so fewer mods.
Well, as I was saying earlier, like with the cows, it's been so long since I played without enhanced animals, I don't know what the base game cows situation is.
Almost like playing a different game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 50% through, so it should be tomorrow, pretty much, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Just baled and wrapped a field of grass earlier today, so I'm hoping it'll be ready in time before my food runs out for the cows.
Did you say it was on a contract? Or was that one of your fields that you've done?
It's one of my fields.
Oh, yeah.
Because that marathon hay contract I did earlier on got me a few bales spare out of that, so I've got plenty of hay. It's just I needed silage so I can do my TMR.
It's always a solid shout at the start of save is do some contracts for the bales, because you can keep the excess.
She's doing it all wrong. I never do grass contracts. Don't know why. Yeah.
Love grass contracts.
But you like mowing, so why wouldn't
That's it. I like doing my balance. I like doing it for me. I like doing mine.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I ever do. Oh. That was.
how I did those 2 massive grasswork fields on Alma. It's a really good way of getting some extra bales for free. Well, sort of free.
It's surprising how much you get left over, isn't it?
Well, I did the contract I did yesterday, or when the first day that it was up, whilst I was waiting for other people to get on. That was field 314 down the bottom, and there was 9 bales that came off it, and there was 2,000 that was left in the baler. And I think I got 20,000 extra on top of the contract for the bale extra, you know.
Yeah, it works out about right.
Salem Alma is a great map. Yeah, it is a good map. I was playing it, and then Fraser Valley came out, and I swapped over to that one. I would have been on that tonight, but I hadn't. There's been an update to the map, and I haven't had a chance to swap everything over yet. The joys of being back in work this week.
Was Scruff on earlier? I thought I saw his name pop up.
Yeah, he was on for a little bit. He's up early in the morning, off and trucking again. So,
Oh, okay.
I think he said he didn't have much to do on his farm anyway. I did offer him to drive grain cart. He said he was up at 5, so he didn't want to stay on for long.
Oh no, don't blame him. Got to take my 16-year-old to his school tomorrow to pick up his exam results.
Oh yeah, is he feeling good about it, or?
Very blasé about it, to be honest with you. He wants to be a chef, and he's already got a place on the 3-year course that he wants, and the requirements for that are quite low academically. As long as you've got your bare minimum of English, maths, and bits.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect him to get good results because all his mocks and that were good, but he's not overly worried because he'd have to do something drastically stupid not to get sufficient.
They'd like you to be able to speak and read French as well, don't they? For culinary school, if there's something
No,
else
not
to
this
do.
one. No, this was
Does it
bizarre.
not?
It was English, maths, chemistry, and physics at pass grades.
Yeah.
But nothing about other languages or stuff.
A friend of mine wanted to get into culinary, go to culinary college, and he couldn't get in because he couldn't do the French.
Really? Maybe it's particular to that one.
He'd got all the gear. He'd been and brought all his own knives and everything like that. He was sort of set to go in. Then they found out that he didn't have a pass in French at all. I think he did Spanish or German, but so he didn't have anything in French. So he wouldn't let him progress.
This one we needed to buy him all the gear, but what they do is just so that there's no 2-tier system of it. They have a set standard amount of gear and a set supplier for it. So they just give you the supplier's details, and then you just provide the sizing for the various clothing, and then you pay it. I think it cost us £400 for all the various clothing, the full set of knives and everything else he needed.
Yeah.
For the first year, but they're all embroidered. His chef's aprons and his chef's whites are all embroidered with his own name and stuff on it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we went out just before the summer holidays. We did a day up there, like an introductory day, to have a look around, and I was gobsmacked. They've even got their own restaurant that the students all work in. That's open to the public 3 evenings a week, and it's discounted, and they are always full. And the menus and the food they do there is phenomenal. But we tried to get a booking in there, and it's a 4-month waiting list.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. But apparently you get bumped up the queue if you've got a child who's a student actually doing the course there and works in the restaurant. Good. So we'll wait till he starts, and then we can go up there and I can complain about his food and say I want a refund. I
demand to speak to the chef. Yeah, I remember there used to be a restaurant in the college I used to go to actually, for the chef classes. And they used to like let public in. They had a little hairdressing salon as well for the people that were doing like hairdressing and makeup and beauty and stuff.
Well, it's pretty good because it's not just the cooking side of things. It's also front of house and business accounts, how to run your own restaurant and everything. So it's the whole lot all in one.
That's good.
And they're they seem to be quite successful. They had 2 students who qualified last year, one who went to work in a Michelin star restaurant in London and another one who got a job in Paris.
Oh, nice. Be off jet setting around the world now.
Well, that's it. That's one of those businesses where you can do that, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Everywhere wants chefs. Not a business I could do. I could work in, though. I like cooking, but I don't like the heat. So
I've done my stint in a proper kitchen when I was a teenager. I did pot washing in like a pub kitchen. Did like some basic food prep and stuff like that, and I hated it. Used to put the meats on and the carvery and stuff like that in the mornings on a Sunday, but I couldn't do it full time. So hats off to all those people that do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I did 6 months as a wine waiter when I was at college at the Tower Hotel in London. That was a nightmare. Hated every minute of that.
That reflects my 2 years in the Spoon's kitchen again. Cooking steaks.
You see, I like cooking, but I couldn't do it for a living. I don't think it's just not.
Man, I tell you what, it's not a nice environment in their kitchens. They have a 10-minute rule on everything. Like, if it takes more than 10 minutes to make a dish, you failed.
Yeah.
Really?
No bonus. Yeah, it's all bonuses. Everything is tracked. Like, everything is tracked, and you're constantly being watched. There are cameras everywhere, and if you're seen to not be doing exactly what they want you to do, there's someone in that kitchen on your back or coming over a tannoy. Like, it's horrid. It's horrid. Wetherspoons was horrid.
Yeah.
It's not nice. But yeah, it was hot, and the heat was horrific. Like, they would literally clock watch you on your breaks and time you. Like, if you would go on an extra 30 seconds, they knew about it.
Yeah, that is horrible, isn't it? That's horrible. My wife, after she left the airlines and before she joined the NHS, she worked at a place called the Swan Hotel in Lavenham down here in Suffolk, and she was a receptionist there. And I used to go over and pick her up after work, and I used to be able to hear from the reception the head chefs shouting at the other chefs and the other staff in there and shouting and swearing at them. It's just. I couldn't work in a kitchen because the first time a chef shouted at me like that, I'd put his head in his own fryer and I'd get nicked.
It sort of becomes you, though. It really does. I went there that long. 2 years, long enough, I think. But I was so much older than everyone else because it wasn't that long ago, and it really pissed me off because I was, I needed the money. I needed the bonus. They paid you shit, and. To have young people in there fucking about, honestly, I shouted a lot.
Yeah, I suppose if it's
things got done, but yeah,
affecting your income, then you're going to get irritated about it, aren't you?
Yeah, when there's only 2 people in the kitchen that are probably over 30, 35, and everyone else is 16 to 20, and all at college.
Yeah.
And then the 2 of us that are sort of running it, relying on it to support our families. Yeah.
Not an environment for me. Thank you very much. I'll steer clear of that.
Yeah,
I value my liberty.
It's very, really toxic as well because of the way that. I don't know. I was going to say it's just probably just at our pub, but no one having been and worked in a few of their others throughout that time. Like, it's really toxic environment, really cliquey.
Yeah.
The whole way the whole company is run is just weird. It's just weird. It's run by this really right-wing upper board that's completely reliant on rebellious liberals to work it. It's really weird. during Brexit, all the Brexit propaganda everywhere in the pub, and like all the students at work, they're just binning it all, throwing it away. They all end up getting in trouble because they get rid of all the Brexit stuff. It's just like, yeah.
There's two things that did it for me when I sort of decided my time was up there. I had 4.5 years. The two things that did it for me. One was the fact that they would. I was on a 0-hour contract, so 1 week I'd have like 40 hours trying to support a house and a kid, and then the next week they'd like slam me down to like 12 hours, and it's like, oh, that's just how it is. But the guy that's in college is getting all the extra shifts, and then
Yeah, it's mental.
Then they put in a rule saying it used to be that basically any food that was going out of date in the kitchen, because obviously it was all dated, they would let the staff take it home at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then they decided, actually, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to chuck it away instead. And I was like,
yeah, it has to be binned and accounted for because then they can claim it all back.
Yeah. So I was like,
on
well,
waste.
I can't sustain myself when for 14 weeks in a row you've slashed my hours down to 12 hours a week for no reason whatsoever. And then you're just chucking away good food because you value that over, you know, it was nothing, you know, I had my own food anyway, but I'm just not a big fan of food waste, so.
No, don't blame you.
It's just like, well,
like, and they track like every little morsel. Like if you had like, I don't know, some cooked off mushrooms left over, they want to know exactly how many mushrooms you had, so they can take it off the tally, so they know. And then the next morning, someone's going to go in and count them all to make sure none have gone missing.
Has something just happened to the server, guys? Because all of a sudden my harvester is now running at 12 miles an hour and it's not producing straw out the back of it, and it was a minute ago.
Oh, is it?
Is it full?
It's doubled in speed and it's not producing straw, and it's not. It's showing a
You're
density. It's
full?
not picking up the crop either.
So I've just been ploughing, so mine's been all right.
Yeah, I was running a harvester just now and it was fine.
This is a contract, and all my harvester has just taken 3 rows and not put any in its tank, and not put any. I'm going to log out and log back in again, see if that does anything. But I might not complete the contract now. Very strange.
Yeah, I was doing harvesting just now. It was my own field, but it was working fine.
Yeah. This is a contract, and my harvester filled up, so I stopped and emptied it into the wagon.
Yeah.
Started the harvester up again, and it was cutting the wheat down, but nothing was going in the tank. It was going at 12 miles an hour, and no straws coming out the back.
Oh. That's
So,
right.
idea on that.
That's how restaurants become chains, time and motion studies. Yeah, well, Wetherspoons is one of the biggest chains, like pub grub chains around in the UK.
While we were there, they had obviously everything gone to like e-learning, online learning, and you'd have people on a cook line that are cooking food, but because they haven't done their e-learning at home, there's a laptop sat in front of them as well next to a fryer, and they're supposed to be doing that e-learning and cooking your dinner. It's like, this is mental. It's like, what?
I don't think
because if they've not done their e-learning, if you haven't done your e-learning, you've got to go home. So there you are. The person's plated up your food, trying to keep track of your order, and they're also trying to make sure they know their health and safety and their laws and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this place?
Rusty's put off for Wetherspoons for life.
Yeah, I'm never going there again. Okay, it's regrown the crop I've just harvested, and now it's filling my tank when I do it again a second time.
He must have been out of sync.
Yeah, it's got to have been, hasn't it?
Because I jumped over, I got a seeder going, and that's all still going fine. And I just finished ploughing where I was. That's all fine.
Probably find that if I shouted upstairs, one of my boys is downloading something. Or getting all the bandwidth. That's what normally happens. I'm normally in ATS when that happens, and I drive off a bridge.
Ping it across the central reservation.
Yeah.
Mr. F, you know the grass that's in the pastures, the animal pastures, is it mowable?
Yeah.
I just guess it's not great return.
Well, I've mowed all my grass,
Yeah.
and I'd say only half of it is or was like real grass, and
Yeah.
that's how I got 125, 100 and nearly 130, I think. So I got another trailer of bales here
Yeah.
off it, and they are they're silage bales, so they're 3,500 litres.
Jen, is Baz Boone Rusty from chat before? Yes, it is. This is alter ego.
Alter ego. Because I don't know who I am half the time. Comes with age. Where do you think Blackadder got the idea from pencils up the nose and underwear on the head? Still, at least I knew how to chop down a tree with lumberjack.
Yeah.
So.
This knew how the mod works. Just hadn't read that bit. I know I could turn it sideways and get rid of the stump. I didn't know it could get rid of a whole tree.
Jen, you learn something new every day. Yeah,
Right.
I will be honest. The amount of times I go to type in Discord to tag him in something, and I type Rusty first, and I'm like, damn it, it's not Rusty.
I'm sorry.
That's alright. No, it's cool.
Funny thing is, I answer it anyway. It's been my nickname since I was about 18 years old.
Yeah.
The only people who call me by my given name are my wife and my mother, and my oldest son if he wants to be pedantic.
Yeah, I love it when the kids call you by your real name. They think it's hilarious.
Yeah, he does it all the time because he knows I hate it. He'll even put it in my birthday cards when he bothers to get me one. Do you own that harvester or have you leased that one?
It's leased.
I'm going to say that's starting off big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be some money.
Yeah, no, I leased it. Because I had two
Him
pretty
driving
big...
my little... Go on, sorry.
That's because I had two pretty big fields. I was like, I don't want to buy the Rostel Mash with the 6,000 litre tank on it. I have to harvest these two massive fields with it. I think if I just lease something big enough to begin with, and then I'll return it, and then hopefully I've made enough money by next harvest season to buy. I'll just release it again.
I don't feel so bad sitting here in my little top liner now.
I think after this, the only thing I've got left to harvest, I've got a little sunflower field. Should be ready, I think, next month or the month after.
That is a cracking size field, that one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, typically we haven't got the mod on that gives you the acreage, so I can't tell you how many acres it is, but
The big.
it's huge. Jen, I'm going to go to bed, guys. Take care, everyone. Take care, Jen. Have a good week, and we'll catch you soon. We'll be back on Sunday with ATS, so hopefully catch you then.
Good night, Jen. Take care.
Your precision farming and your purchase another field should tell you how big it is.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think so.
The field below you is like 7.1. So you must be about that.
6.72 hectares and 5.02 hectares. Those two. Pretty hefty. Yeah, I've now got, I think, just under 84,000 litres of wheat, and it'll be about 70,000 litres of oats to sell when the price is good.
My oat field was only 1.8 hectares.
I think Cav must have changed the economy slightly on the map, because the selling price for the crops don't seem to be that good. And also bear in mind that the field was riddled with weeds as well, so
yeah,
it's not a bad go of 70,000 litres of oats.
I was watching a YouTube channel earlier, Rocky Mountain Farmer. I don't know if you guys watch that at all.
Yeah, I've seen him. He do some good modern stuff.
He's really
Show
good.
us the one.
No, it's not a game one.
The
A
one?
real life farmer, Rocky Mountain
Oh right.
Farmer, real life farmer.
Yeah.
And they were just.
Oh, there's a
starting.
modder called Rocky Mountain as well.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy was just starting their wheat harvest, and they were doing the nearest field to their farm. He says, "Oh yeah, and this is our nearest field to our farm." And they've got one harvester, a big Fendt harvester, but they were going into it. It's 200 acres for this one field. Each strip, each length they do up and down is 2 kilometres in this field. He fills the harvester in one length.
So that's an FS map. So far as driving.
American, I assume, is it?
Yeah. He's really good. He explains things really well and shows you the ins and outs of everything they're doing.
I'll look that up later on, because I quite enjoy watching the big scale farming videos.
Well, they've just changed their harvester over and got a big Fendt harvester for this year. When it was delivered, and they were showing him it, he went round it with you when they were being shown how to work it and stuff. He ran the camera and took you with him round it and the start of their harvest and how they do this and how they do that, and it was really, really good. It wasn't just like tiny snapshots that you get 20 seconds of harvest, 20 seconds of grain truck and 20 seconds of this. He was showing you the whole lot as he was doing it. It was really good to see.
I'll tell you a good video Lynn put me onto. It's called the Sugar Beet Mafia, and it's a really good, I think it's about an hour long, but a documentary about one of the biggest sugar beet producers in that area. They've got like a really exclusive contract with a sugar producing factory, and that was really interesting. That they go into depth of how they harvest, how the contract works, all that kind of stuff. How they have to like bid every year to get the rights to be able to plant this specific type of sugar beet.
The Sugar Beet Mafia it's called, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, I'll look it up after. Always interested in new things to find. As much as I used to like them, ones like the Millennium Farmer, now I'm finding a bit boring now because it's all dumbed down farming, isn't it? They don't show you what they're actually properly doing half the time.
When he first started, he did. So I remember watching early ones, and that sort of get a bit same old after a few years, don't it?
Yeah. It's all corn and beans.
His channel is more of just a big advert for John Deere, I think. Unless he's changed out now. But it's just a massive advert for John Deere equipment.
Another one I like is Laura Farms. She's based out in Nebraska, and she's with her husband Grant. And they've just started, they just picked up 2 really old John Deere, I think they're 4240s, I think, or something like that. And they've got some really old corn equipment, and they're planting a little bit of corn with this really old equipment. That was really interesting. She's another good, she's young. She started, her dad's a farmer as well. And her and husband have just started branching off on their own. That's another good one where she goes into proper detail about what she's doing, and like when she's taking a lot of what they grow there is corn for the like the ethanol factories and stuff.
Yeah.
And she goes into detail of how it works when she's driving the load of corn down, and how she's got to queue up specifically into these bays and what she got for the corn and everything like that. Again, I just much prefer videos where they actually explain what they're doing. It's not just, well, there's a harvest, this is what we, I'd rather they talk you through what they're actually doing.
Absolutely. You can understand why they do it the way they do, though, with the YouTube algorithm. And what is it, 20 minutes they say? Nothing more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But so they're trying to fit a lot in a very short time. But I prefer the longer videos that go into more depth. Especially if it's someone trying to turn trucks back on their wheels again because they went down on a shore route they shouldn't have done and tipped over their P16. Mentioning no names.
Don't know who you could be talking about.
I know who does that. Some noob.
See, I was afraid to use my P16 for about a week after watching that video.
Don't understand how it flips so easily. It's like it lost all its weight.
It wasn't even that. It was you couldn't have flipped it in a worse location if you tried for being able to try and turn it back on its wheels again. Just at night, you had virtually no chance there.
The new one looks good. The new game for next year.
I've not looked much at that yet, I have to be honest.
There's just the one little trailer. I've watched the trailer a couple of times, and I've watched someone Tribe Called Cars. I've seen them do a little bit of a breakdown and chat about it. But yeah, the new mechanics. Obviously, it's a completely different game. It's not even called Snow Runner, Mud Runner, or a branch off of it. But it just looks nice. It looks like they've really evolved the idea of it. There's proper clearing of roads or like blockages, so you come down and you have to move the junk and everything that's sort of blocking the way, and you can lift up all the items and stuff that's in the environment. So if there's big cargo containers and that, crane them up and move them out and do. And as part of the gameplay trailer, the truck comes along and gets sort of stuck in where the river's broken over the road, so it gets stuck in it. So they then bring along a second truck, and they dump all sand in it and then smooth it out with a bulldozer and then roll it and then tarmac it, and you actually build a road so then you can get through.
So
you can really change the environment.
The next level of the deformed sort of ground from SnowRunner, then just taking it on a.
Yeah, you bring in the sand and you fill it out and do.
I'll have to have a look at that video after.
Yeah, I didn't even because I didn't even see Mr. F had put it in the SnowRunner thing, so I just put it in the I put it in the general chat as well.
Well, I put the Tribe Called Cars video in there. I didn't put the trailer in there, but it is the trailer. They just talk about it. And
yeah, I didn't realise until Mr. F said that it was literally the same game company that were making it, and that it was more or less a sequel to.
Well, I have to admit, I'm still really enjoying SnowRunner. That doesn't get old for me at all.
Yeah.
No matter how many, like you, I've played so many hours in it, and I've still not even got a quarter of the way through the maps.
Yeah, exactly. It just and sometimes you still think, oh, I could restart this and do it like you've done.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it on a small tank. I'm going to reduce tank sizes and I'm going to make it even harder, or you do something else. And it's just like, yeah. I just think the replayability of that and the sheer amount of content is just second to none.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, you sometimes think maybe each of the maps is just too much. They put too much content in each of the maps because it takes so long to try and get through to the next map.
Yeah, perhaps we don't need all the 4 and 3 maps. Just the 2 would probably suffice.
Yeah.
There's just a lot there.
Or halve the number of login missions. That might help.
When it first came out, there weren't even login missions in it. Perhaps they should have kept it at that.
trouble is you don't want to cut corners, do you? Because it then shows in the end result that you haven't 100% completed it.
Yeah.
If you don't do the whole lot, and that irritates me. I can't leave a map if it's not finished.
Even if it just means coming back a little bit later on to do that one really tough. It's always going to be like the timed ones, in it. They're the things that are hard.
That one in Michigan where you were in cab view in the Scout and you had to go and visit the 3 different weather stations, I think it was.
Yeah.
I did that about 5 times before I completed it. I kept rolling the damn car.
I felt sure I'd already done it in the series. I must have just done it on one of the other multiple playthroughs at a similar sort of time as I was looking at it on there, because I felt sure I'd done that job. And there was the one picking up the 4 crates as well. Felt sure I'd done that on that series. Clearly not. The one on Alaska where you have to go up the river in cab and you just got to hit little posts. Look, that is hard.
That is, yeah.
That is so hard.
Especially with my level of driving skills.
Then there was on Alaska. There's one of the ones where you got to hit the 4 points up in the hills. I struggled with that quite a few times. I kept rolling.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't find the there's one where you got to pull the repair and fuel trailer around and hit 4 points. I didn't have trouble with that, but one of the simple ones of just taking your vehicle to 4 points, and that took 5-6 attempts. I got ever so frustrated with that. So why am I rolling? Because there's 2 others on that same first map that were easy. But then there's just this one where I just cannot keep on 4 wheels. So what am I doing wrong? And it's against the clock, so I've got to get there quick.
Yeah. For sure. The one thing did make it a little bit easier though is when they added that that additional pack that had all the extra tyres in it, so you had more of a choice of tyres right from the word go, rather than being stuck with highway tyres. That made a difference.
I think they've added some more tyres, haven't they?
I don't
recently?
know. I don't know. I've only seen that one lot. I think that was.
I think these were. I don't think these were paid ones. I think they just added them in.
Oh right. I don't honestly know.
Sure, I saw. They might have been some like Tribe Called Cars or someone.
Yeah, you've got the pressure on if you got to complete your series before the next game comes out, mate.
Well, yeah. I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But again, it's
if I could get like a nice long evening where I've got like 3 hours, I can record 3 of them. It's just getting them and being in that rhythm and that mindset of I'm going to do that without all the other distractions.
And plus the fact, how often do you get these days? Do you get to do farm sim with the guys where you can actually chat while you're doing it?
Yeah, just chat and have a bit of fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been nice. I've really enjoyed this. Hence why I've been on it 2 days in a row.
The thing is, I was a bit reluctant to set it up really because obviously you know the struggle with multiplayer servers and getting people to play them regularly, and the other multiplayer server was largely me and Lynn and Scruffy, but then Scruffy started getting into the trucks and stuff, so he wasn't doing it as much. That's why I put it out to everyone just to see if people actually wanted to play it, and it's been good.
I think I've played more farm sim in the last 2 days than I played in the last month.
Yeah. Like I said before, I'm not too worried about it sounds silly, not too worried about the farm sim content really. I wanted to continue on with my member one, my Newston one, and I want to try and stream my Moss Valley. If nothing else comes back, I'm not too fussed. The interest in it, for content wise, is pretty much dead. I even had a little look at some of the bigger channels, and their numbers have completely dropped from where I expected them to be at. So I just yeah, if you're putting all that time in, and if you're going to get so little out of it, I might as well just have fun with this, or like have fun with that truck and logistics. It's a nice, simple, it's proper chilled, and it works with my wheel properly, and farming doesn't always, which infuriates me. Sometimes it's so stiff, and then you get on the next day, and suddenly it's just loose like horse knickers. It's just awful.
Was always my biggest bugbear with the Logitech wheel, was just constant having to faff around with it to get it to be somewhat usable.
Yeah. Then you get again this a lot lower down on the spectrum of say quality of development, and things work perfect.
That's obviously reflective of Giants, though, isn't it? Because they just haven't bothered to. The infrastructure must be there for them to be able to implement it properly. If lower down the scale, games could do it quite easily.
Yeah.
Just obviously they can't be asked to do it.
Yeah, that sort of says a lot of what they're thinking about going forward with 25 as well, because they've teamed up with Hori to do that agricultural pack wheel, and that doesn't have feedback either. So, is FS25 coming out with no force feedback as well? So it doesn't matter if the tractors rumble across the dirt, because you're not going to feel it.
Yeah.
It's the little bits. That's the immersion.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a tornado whipping through my map every October.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be on. It's going to work on clockwork, and it's going to be clockwork. It's going to be every particular month. There'll be something in the XMLs timed.
But yeah, it's not going to be randomised, is it? They're not going to have gone that far ahead to figure that out. They spent the last 3 years developing the fog.
It is funny in the when everyone's not saying good morning to each other in the partner Discord. It just you can see there's they're speaking of my wheel. It's just gone fucking dead. It heard me. Come on, there we go. Yeah, you see the modders that are in there slag everything off about the game, and the wannabe top guys can't suck enough dick. Sorry, you're streaming. They just can't. Like, they really can't.
Demonetized.
Yeah. Like, oh, they're proper rimming them all the time. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, go away.
Yeah, I've watched some interesting clips and videos from some of the top end of the creator spectrum for farm sim. I'll say that. That's probably the PC way of saying it.
Yeah. And then there's like the smaller ones that obviously want to be there, like so bad want to be there. Like, oh, just stop, just do you and stop linking up to everyone. It's gross. And then they all get excited about this racing game. Like, it's not really Giants, people.
A lesson.
So, I'm just different from other people, I think. Just had a little bit of a had a little sync issue myself there. I'm back. It's all good.
You lagged out as well.
Well, no, my tractor just weren't behaving and doing what I was telling it to do, which was weird, but it's fine now. It's not like.
Just loving my life doing all my straw baling.
Done me done my ploughing. We've got one more meadow to replant. What I really need to do is plough up my field that had, because I ploughed up my potatoes a minute ago as well.
Oh, yeah.
I've been proper busy. I just ploughed up my potatoes. I need to be able to get into what was my oat field and plough that up so I can try and get something planted in there. But I haven't got anything to move those square bales with.
I've only got one field with crop in it. I've just planted barley in one field. All my other fields are just left as grass at the moment. I want to build up a bit of a stock of bales for cow feed before I start branching out into anything else.
I did a big cut. I cut everything. That's what I did, and then I just ploughed it all up with the grass. Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Calm you down. What was that?
Yeah, I had a little bit
A
there.
little dance.
Probably coming up to it's probably just come up to the hour where it's done the autosave.
Yeah, it's literally on the hour. Yeah, that was literally on the hour.
I think overall, for the majority, I know we're only like 2 days in, so it's probably a bit premature, but it's been relatively smooth with multiple. I mean, there's five of you on the other day or yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, and with the size of map, I've been quite impressed actually, because it's not exactly a small map, is it? It's chucking out the details on.
And to be honest, when you go onto the actual like server side on the web interface thing, it's not chugging through the RAM and CPU that it's allocated. It's quite sort of low range on that.
Yeah, but this map, I said the other day that the map is so well optimized. I can't believe how small of a file it is. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's only like 400 meg or something. I was expecting it to be
400
at least
meg.
a gig.
Yeah, it's mad. 400 meg.
The amount of stuff that's on it.
Yeah. And some mappers struggle to get a standard size map under a gig to get it on the mod hub.
Yeah. Cav's the man.
I think I might have made a mistake.
What is that?
Put my small tractor with its row crop wheels towing my trailer full of grain to the sale point.
You're getting stuck on that hill?
It's going up a hill now and it's not getting very far. I'm down to
Let's
6 miles an hour. I'm spinning.
According to that map, that's not going up at all. You can see you sitting still.
I am going up there, not very fast, but I'm getting there. Maybe I should use my bigger tractor. Come on, you can do it. Most at the top. Where have I got to turn? Turn left. That's the other good thing about this map being this size. Even though I've played all 4 maps as a single, I cannot remember the routes and the way round on it, so I'm having to actually use the map. So it's good because it's not the same.
Yeah, it still feels a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got that friendly familiarity, but it is different.
Yeah. And when you're doing the long distance journeys, doing it in cab, it's brilliant. It's almost like playing a trucking game.
Point. Don't need wheat, you need oat. Okay. Plum wheat. How many days, months are we doing?
3-day months, I think. If I remember rightly. Obviously, we can change it if people feel like it's too long or too little.
No,
See
that's
how
good.
we go. That's generally what I tend to do on my own saves, is 3-day months. And
Gives
then just
people a chance to get on and do stuff, doesn't it? If
That's
they
it,
can't
yeah.
get on every day.
Thing is, with it being real speed as well, like 1 times, it's a month is a month, you know. In 30 days is actually 30 days.
And if it gets to winter and no one's got nothing to do, soon
Just sleep it through.
speed through it. Just like normal.
That's what we used to do in Chilliwack. We just used to fill up, make sure the cows had a shit ton of feed, and then we just fast forward through to like early spring. And those contracts and stuff to be done.
Right, well, I think I'm going to leave my oat sowing for another day then, since I've got a couple of days to do it, because I'm going to start yawning my head off. And I don't want to start triggering everyone else, especially if you've got a bit more stream time to do.
Yeah, alright, bro.
So that's going to be me hopping off.
Yeah, alright, mate. It's good to chat. I won't be on tomorrow, wedding anniversary, so definitely not.
Have a good one.
And,
Have a pleasant day. Enjoy your evening.
Yes, we'll try.
I only ever managed one of them when I was married.
No, we're 9 years, so we're going well.
Did 13 months. That's it. Too much. Anyway, I'm off. You have a good time.
Yeah, alright.
Take care, buddy.
Take it easy, mate.
See ya.
I'll tell you how many years I'm at.
You mentioned it the other day, didn't you? 30 something? 40? 20?
Not 40.
Well,
Just over 30.
40's doable if you got married really young, isn't it? You got married at 16?
Yeah. If I got married at 16.
It was a bit more socially accepted back then that parents could sign off on their 16-year-olds getting married, wasn't it?
Possibly, yeah. It didn't even occur to me at the age of 16. The only things I were interested in was rugby, martial arts, and cycling. I don't think I even had my first girlfriend until I was 17.
Yeah.
Late bloomer. And now look what's happened.
I'm really half tempted to combine the two fields that I've got here. Just have one huge field.
If you have a look where I am, all my grass fields, they're all connected together. I've taken all the hedgerows down between them, but I want to get a couple of crops of grass off it, so I've got some storage. But then my plan is to plough the whole lot up into one big grass field, and just keep it like that.
Well, that's what I'm going to do on my farm. Down where my farm is, I've got 324, 325, and 326. So that's my plan there, is I'm going to take the hedges out and just make that one big grass field just for ease of cutting.
Yeah.
And then I'm just half tempted to take the hedge out between these two, 149 and 148, and just make one big field there. Just wouldn't know what to put in, and that's all.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to combine 487, 488, 491 and 492 together. I'm leaving 462 separate at the moment because I'm using that as my grain field.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting my straw from, and also I want to start building up some stock of grain from the chickens, so I can start doing chickens.
Yeah, that's what I was going to check, actually, because I was thinking earlier, my mind was wandering. I've got a chicken coop. About doing some chickens as well.
They're quite big as well. My chicken coop, even though it's tiny, says it can take 1,000 chickens.
Mine's got 2,000. But is
it? You got a bigger one.
It's only well, it's bigger. It's only big enough to park 2 cars on it. Apparently, 2,000 chickens is fine.
battery hens.
Yeah. Just think, because stuff like that, they're just easy to just dump a load of grain in and just leave them like that, and they'll do their own thing.
Exactly, yeah. And
Same as the
just
sheep. I
take it, go
think
down.
I've got a sheep on my farm. I think I've got cows, sheep, and chickens. Obviously, the cows are a little more work, but with the sheep, it's just dump a load of grass in or dump a load of hay in, and they don't feed a ginormous amount through the day.
I want to get sheep as well, but I'm not going to get sheep until such time as I'm happy that I've got control of the cows.
Oh, Lynn's voicemail's back on.
You were talking when I left yesterday. I'm just kidding.
Well, someone left themselves logged in all day.
Well, someone who is the admin for the damn Discord should have kicked me out of here.
Yeah, well, I didn't. There was a kick option, but I didn't know if that was to kick you out of the Discord or to kick you out of the voice chat, so I didn't want to chance it.
You actually should set this channel to a 30-minute AFK automatic kick to an AFK channel.
Yeah, but it gave me someone to talk to during the day when I was on my own, Lynn. I just pretended you were there and ignoring me. Similar as usual, you know?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, I never ignore you. But the conversation was probably better.
I understood everything you said.
How is everybody?
Yeah, good. You might not be when you get on.
Oh, you broke it already, huh?
Well, how was your day first? Let's get that out of the way.
Boy, that's loaded.
Oh, yeah, it's just how was your day? About first day back at work and that?
Long.
Yeah. So, you were on a contract, right? Were you on a grass?
I was.
Yeah. Well, we had to do a couple of resets of the server today, and it's failed the contract.
Oh, well,
but
whatever.
Well,
whatever.
But the bales are still in the field, and we haven't failed the contract yet. So, what we were thinking is you just pick the bales up and sell them to get the money back for doing the work, and then obviously just have to cancel the contract when you get on.
I tried to pick them all up this morning, but it's a long ass ride.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I only got 2 loads sent in. I was at 87% complete. Why'd you have to reset it twice? Because it was all just jacked up?
No, so I reset it this morning when I put the transfer ownership mod on for you, and that set Rusty back like 2 hours. And then, we took it down to change the autosave time to 5 minutes. And then that was causing like lag every 5 minutes. So we took it down again to change it to an hour, every hour that it would autosave.
Yeah, I read all that.
So that's why we took it down. But obviously in doing that, it was losing some time, which when we all got on this evening, the contract was sitting there but saying failed.
Are you live now? No, you're not live.
Yeah, I'm live, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, the Fraser Valley had an update, and I just didn't have time today to get on and transfer all my shit over to a new save file.
All your stuff.
Yeah, all my vehicles and placeables and stuff.
You know, I mean, you are live on YouTube, so.
Yeah, I can swear I'm past the first, 3 minutes.
No, you're a good guy.
And Mr. F has already demonetized the video, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Did he really? He already did something, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably get a shadow ban now.
Word. Oh, that's because Lynn's coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've only got 2 rows left on this field and I've harvested it. Don't do this to me.
Well, I can't help it. If I had a better video card, I'd have been already in, I think.
No,
Or
it's,
more than one or two.
no, it's to do with the amount of people that are playing, because obviously it's got to sync up everyone's progress. So Mr. F's been on. He literally just got off. So he's been on doing stuff. So he's doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. So it's just got to sync up the 3 people's worth of stuff.
On a rather large map.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is rather large.
But as we were saying, for the size of the map, it plays really well.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm in my tractor. Driving back over there. If it's failed, will I be able to sell those fails?
Well, you haven't.
Before canceling
Don't
it?
get rid of the contract yet. Leave the contract on as failed and try selling the bells first.
Yeah.
Good work. In theory, anyway.
Freaking go somewhere closer too.
Yeah, you just take them to any old sell point.
I actually checked with this week contract and made sure that the point that I had to deliver it to wasn't too far away this time. I did learn after this morning's one. Did I enjoy the drive? It stretched things out just a tad too much.
Yeah, it does take a long time to get across this map.
It does.
I mean, it's not like you're, like a normal 4X map, where it has crossroads and things. This is intentionally mean, I think.
Just getting to some of the fields is a nightmare because it's an absolute maze trying to find a way in.
Oh yeah, that first contract that I did, I had to go through, I had to blast 5 fields past where the actual field was, go down a lane past the BJ through another farm to get to the field.
Holy cow. There is a grape orchard over here. A grape and
olives, isn't it?
Olives. Yeah.
It's close, sort of around the corner from my farm is.
Yeah.
Are we able to pick up straw from mission fields, or is because we haven't got the mod on, we can't do that?
Yeah, because we haven't got the mod on. We could put the mod on though, because I think Lynn mentioned that mod.
What?
The get straw from harvests.
Yeah.
Harvest contract straw.
Okay, I won't bother trying to collect this straw then from this mission, this contract.
Yeah, I don't think it would let you do it, and I don't think if I put it on, ready for tomorrow, I don't think it would, because you've already done the contract. I think it probably would be on the next contract that you did.
Yeah, no worries. Just thought I'd ask, just in case.
I will add it though, because it will come in handy if you're doing cows. To get the extra straw.
Cows?
Yeah.
We got cows.
I've got 100 cows now.
Oh. How you doing on silage?
Well, I loaded it up with hay to start with to give them something to munch on. I've got some bales maturing, shall we say, in my shed, but they're not silage yet. But I'm trying to be frugal, as I'm 1.5 million in debt. Uh-oh. I'm trying to be a good boy now. A bit late, I suppose, as I've spent all my money, but hey.
What's the monthly repayment on that, Rusty?
Just over 4,500 capital and the same in interest.
How much?
Just over just about 9k a month. My repayments are for the next 20 years.
Well, you know.
But I had a cunning plan that I've implemented that should help. I bought one of the big solar panels at 79,000, which gives you an income of 9k a month.
Oh yeah, so that covers your payment.
So technically, once that gets up and running, they'll cancel each other out.
Nice.
That's the cunning plan, anyway.
Now you just got to come up with 79,000 in contracts to take care of that cost.
Take care of that. Yeah. Well, I've got my emergency pig barn on the farm that I can always sell that will get me 90k, but I'm keeping that for a rainy day.
True.
That's like a savings plan.
Not sure that's how that works, but okay.
That's for me.
Yeah, I had a long day. I literally got back to the warehouse 5 minutes before the doors closed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't make it before the doors close? You just don't get unloaded.
No, then somebody has to stay.
Oh.
And then they give you the stink eye. You know? Because they got to stay late. Office people. Well, one of them's an office guy. The other one, he works in the warehouse. But it's not the point.
Is that because of traffic you were late? Or just the number of...
No, because it was just a lot of... I had a lot of stops. Not a lot of tires, but a lot of stops. Usually I run anywhere from 12 to 15 stops a day. I had 21 today.
Ah, yeah.
And 2 of them were way out of the way.
Is that road reopened yet?
Yes.
Sweet.
If you intend to put another mod on at some point, I might give you another mod I'd like on there. It's for generic harvester headers, but they're the ones that fold up, a lot smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
I know they only go up to 7 meters in width for the biggest one out of the 3 of them, but having foldable harvest headers that can get down these small lanes would be quite handy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, something's wrong. I can't get out of my tractor.
Give it a minute to sync. Had problems with that.
This is mental. Nothing's working. I can't do anything. I mean, I can transfer to another tractor, another piece of equipment.
Yeah.
But I just can't. And I got out of that one. But I cannot get out of my own tractor.
You might have to reload the game, and I had a problem like that with the harvester earlier, and I had to exit the game and come back in, which fixed it.
Well, I guess I got to do that then.
Was it letting you pick up the bales, or you didn't get a chance to try?
No, I couldn't even get the arm down. It's completely mental. So I'm sure one of you two is way smarter than me. Probably both. If you extrapolate this out with nobody pushing time forward, how far into next year will we be on November 12th? Ish.
What if we didn't move time forward at all?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's a big question.
Probably 2-3 years, right?
I'll tell you now.
I mean, 3-day months, right? So that's about 30 months.
What day did you say? It was 12.
Yeah,
November.
when FS25 comes out. Give or take a week after that. I don't know. I'm just thinking how many harvests I'll get
28 months.
out of my grapeses.
Yeah, 28 months. So just over 2 years.
Good.
The minimum, but there's bound to be some fast forwarding, isn't there?
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier about the potential to fast forward through winter and stuff, so I'm gonna lose nine days off that because 3 months of the year you can't do anything. Plus, by the time FS25 comes out, there's not going to be any mod maps or anything for release, so...
I haven't seen anything that makes it, special yet. To be honest with you.
So tornadoes and fog don't do it for you then.
Yeah. I think it's just, for me, it's the same as what they did from 19 to 22. They just take stuff that modders have added to the game and then added it as base game feature. But just probably a slightly worse version. So they did the same thing with seasons.
This is the first FS since FS17 that I haven't bought or pre-ordered.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it until I see someone actually play it and I've got an idea of what's involved, what they've done.
Yeah.
Especially as to start with, you're not going to have the mod maps and the mods available for the game.
Well, that's it. That's what I was saying the other day is, I think on last week's stream, that even after FS25 comes out, even if there's something that makes me think, oh fuck yeah, it's going to be a really good game, I'm not that keen on the base game maps anyway. Just generally never found them that good. And
It doesn't want to let me back in the damn game.
I'll just keep plugging away with the series that I've got. Because the map, it's not like the maps won't stop working or anything, so I'll just keep going with those until a mod map comes out that looks alright.
Stuck at synchronizing 29%. shut everything down that way then. Farm Sim hates me.
I think what my hope with FS25 is that it'll come day one on Game Pass like it did for FS22. Because I've got Game Pass anyway, so if it comes on that day one, then I can at least quote unquote test play it before I decide if I'm going to commit to it or not. And probably by then it'll be dirt cheap on CD keys or something.
It's not too bad. I've got $4.5 grand for the contract, and I've ended up with 5,500 litres of wheat.
That's alright.
So I've got some food for my chickens.
I forgot they take. I thought I was thinking in my brain they take corn. They take wheat.
Wheat and barley. Barley's the best one for them because you get a higher yield on barley, don't you, in the field? But
yeah,
as this was a contract, I'm not going to complain at getting some wheat.
Yeah, well, I was only thinking because I've got 83,000 litres of wheat in my silo, which I was feeling pretty pissed off about because the return price on it at best price was only like 400 quid per 1,000 litres.
Mate, get those chickens up and running.
So that's what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to go and buy myself 2,000 chickens. Maybe not 2,000, but I'm going to buy a shitload of chickens.
1,000 chickens, that's a lot of eggs.
It's a lot. It's a lot more. It's a lot more money in that than selling the wheat at 300 odd quid per 1,000 litres.
Very true. I suppose if you do 500 within a couple of months of your bread already, and you're going to be having a lot more. And you can see how quickly they eat the food as well that way then.
That's it. And then that might work out alright actually, because then I'll just keep doing one big field of wheat, which if it works out alright, that'll feed the chickens, and then I'll get the straw for the cows. Days.
Switch it to barley maybe, because you've got quite a bit of yield.
It's not a bad shot actually.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, mate.
That's why I was
Just hang
throwing
everything
a field of barley. But I've got food for my chickens and straw for my cows. I'd like to do some more arable, but I'm going to have to wait till I've paid off some of this loan before I can afford to buy more fields. And
I caved in last night and I took $1 million on a loan because I needed loads of equipment. Basically had nothing at all. I still haven't got anything. I've just got $1 million sitting there.
I've got just over 250k left in the account. I've still got a few bits left to get, but I've got majority of stuff. I've got 2 tractors and a seeder and a harvester and a baler and mower and stuff. So I've got the majority of them.
All I've got two tractors, a baler and a grain trailer, and I've got a bale trailer on lease. Because I only leased it because I was testing something out and I didn't want to buy it to have to sell it again at a loss if what I was testing didn't work.
I can't get back in, so I'm going to restart my computer. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, like I need to buy seeder, cultivator, plough, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got most of that stuff. But it's the things that are going to cost me is I'm going to need to get a decent muck spreader and a decent what do you call it? I have a senior moment here. What's the other stuff the cow gives out? Not the manure.
Oh, slurry.
Yeah, I'm going to need a slurry tank as well. So. And they're not cheap, but I might get those on the lease to own.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd done quite well. I got 2 half-decent tractors to start with. My small tractor, even though it's struggling on some of these hills, is 200 horsepower, but it's just on row crops. And then I've got a bigger one that's 300 horsepower, and I've got it on dual row crops.
Oh, nice. What's the 300 horsepower one that you got?
They're both class.
Oh, nice. I got a Fent 9 something, I think it's 260. And then I've got bought that Deutz Agrostar 661, I think, which is 148, which was really cheap, like 28,000. And I was like, yeah, that's all right. But it's really struggled pulling the baler. And the baler
I don't like the gearbox in those either. They've
Yeah.
got the manual gearbox, haven't they? Which it makes it quite jerky to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite at Red's level of playing Farm Sim where he's got everything sorted at manual and everything like that.
Yeah. How is he? I've not seen him around for a while.
I think he's alright, yeah. I exchanged a couple of messages in one of the channels the other day. And he's been alright. I think he had just PC issues and he has had his back issues because he fell off his truck and fell down some stairs and stuff, but yeah, I think he's alright.
I'm going to save that wheat. I'm not going to start chickens yet. 5,000 litres isn't enough to get anything up and running. I don't want to end up starving my chickens.
Yeah. I'm going to drop this baler back off up to the farm and then I'm going to get some chickens.
The amount of wheat you've got in. I take it a lot of your fields were wheat fields to start with then?
No, that's only... all that wheat came off of field 149.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't said that. They are huge fields, aren't they?
That 149. That 149 was probably about as perfect of a field as you could get. There was it was already weeded, it was already fertilized, it was ploughed, everything. It was about as perfect as you could get it. So it was pretty much max yield. And then 148 was only like 70% yield or something like that. It had weeds and everything like that. But even saying that, it still had 73,000 litres, well, actually nearly 74,000 litres of oats off it.
I assume you're going to be going for 150, 151 and 160 as well then?
Let me see.
Because they're loam heavy fields, so not only are they big, but they're going to be good production potential.
Yeah, my sort of plan had been was, because obviously I bought that farmland down there and I was going to expand upwards, get 144, 145, 146, 147, 149, 148, 153, 150. but I went straight to 149 and 148 because they had stuff in them like growing, whereas the other ones had been cultivated. So I was like, oh, well, harvested rather. So I was like, well, I don't really want to buy fields that have already been done when I'm going to have to work them for nothing back. And the reason I didn't buy 153 is because it's got sugar beet in it. I don't much fancy buying a huge field to have to plough it straight away in. And I certainly don't fancy having to harvest all of that sugar beet.
No, not a base game equipment.
That's what you get.
So I thought I'd leave that until next year and see what gets planted in it next year.
Did you plow it under?
No, I didn't plow. I didn't buy it.
Oh.
That's why I didn't buy it, because I didn't want to buy it to have to plow it in straight away. I didn't want to harvest a huge field of sugar beet on base game equipment. I didn't want to add loads of mods in for other people to have to download. So
You could have used the trail behind.
no.
I would have helped you. I'll be right back.
Right. So yeah, that's my plan. Is I'm gonna like have a central column going through all those fields because they all seem pretty all right.
Mm. Well, if we're on it long enough and things keep going for as well as they are, my plan is to expand this one by about another half a dozen fields down here, dedicate the majority of it to grass and keep this as my cow farm, and then buy another farm somewhere else and have that as my arable farm.
Yeah, nice. I mean, the thing is, I'll keep the server going for as long as people want to play it, you know, because I'm not, at the moment, I'm not like, oh my God, yeah, I'm dead sold on FS25 because I'm enjoying this map. I'm enjoying Fraser Valley and the Vintage Oak. So as far as I'm concerned, I've been firmly in the camp of, I'd like to see this game just keep going for another 18 months, 2 years, and they work on FS25 some more. Obviously, by then it wouldn't be FS25, but work on that some more and bring like a radically different game or radically improved game. But obviously they need the money, I assume, so. But I'm not so heavily dependent on FS content that it makes any difference to me whether I stick to FS22 for another year whilst I wait for FS25 to catch up or be worthwhile. So as long as people still want to keep playing afterwards, after FS25 comes out, then the server will stay up for as long as people keep want to playing it.
As I said, I'm happy to contribute to the server as well.
It's peanut. In the scheme of things, it's peanuts a month, so it's all good. I appreciate the offer, though.
But if things change, buddy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, I'm just happy people are playing it and enjoying it, to be honest, because you guys watch my videos and, you know, rambling on and stuff like that, so.
It's nice. It's nice to have something like this that you can do as an individual, yet have other people around you that, as things develop, you can help each other out. And there's always that bit of one-upmanship competition, isn't there? I dare say that's going to raise its head at some point.
Yeah, definitely will. Are you in?
My farm and tractors are bigger than yours.
I'm back. I'm in. I can get in and out of my tractor.
Lovely.
I got the arm down. This field will probably come up again.
Yeah.
Or because it's ready to harvest again.
Yeah, reset the state.
And I got chili dogs again.
The man lives on chili dogs.
You say that like it's a bad thing. I mean, if pizza wasn't so damn expensive, I could live on that.
me some chickens.
I did turkey meatballs with egg noodles, mange two, broccoli, ginger, spring onions.
Wait. You
And
said turkey meatballs,
yeah,
egg noodles, and then what?
mange two. It's like a sugar snap pea. You might know them as
Ah, okay.
broccoli, spring onions, ginger, and a light teriyaki sauce.
Nice.
Sounds kind of tasty.
It's
Yes.
easy to do. I could just chuck it all in the wok and cook it. So
I just had some jerk style pork belly with some rice and some green beans. And,
nice.
Nothing fancy, just nice and tasty.
Yeah, we consume quite a bit of jasmine rice in this house. The boys love it, and I like it. So does the wife.
How does Jasmine feel about you having all her rice?
Oh dear, a dad joke. There had to be at least one, hadn't there?
To be one.
And I mean, if you're eating gingers for dinner, you know.
Easy.
Come on, we're a family.
Well, they don't have any souls anyway.
Daywalkers.
You know. Cannibal.
Yeah, I quite like a jasmine rice actually. There's a lady that I work with. She's from Indonesia, and she quite often she'll just pitch up to work with some containers of food that she's made and jasmine rice and all kinds of stuff.
I prefer jasmine rice to long grain rice and basmati rice and things like that. I just think, I know it's stickier, but I just think it's a much nicer rice, personally.
Have you ever had red beans and rice?
No.
It's so good, bro.
When you say red beans, you mean kidney beans, right?
Yeah, and rice. But it's called red beans and rice because of the spices and, you know, whatever.
I've had red beans in dishes that I've had with rice, but not in rice directly on its own.
This is called red beans and rice. I usually get it, you know, I mean, obviously I'm not a friggin' chef, so I don't cook anything. I don't make anything. You know, it comes in a box or a bag. I'm good with it. But this you know, Zatarain's makes a good one, and also Mahatma. It's another brand. It's, you know, it's kind of spicy. It's just yummy. Let's see, where can I sell these stupid bales?
My wife has a bit of a downer on processed foods, so
Really?
we're very top heavy on cooking everything from scratch. But I turn it to our advantage in that I've got a load of cast iron cookware that I absolutely love and I've had for years. And one of them is a huge 15-litre cast iron like soup pot with a lid. And I'll cook stews and stuff in that, and then portion them up and freeze them in portions so that we can just get them out of the freezer and nuke them in the microwave.
Does it have the drippy dots on the top too?
The drippy dots?
Yeah, you know, on the top, on the lid of your cast iron Dutch oven.
Have a look and see what it has on it.
On the inside.
On the inside? No, it's smooth as a baby's bottom on the inside.
I have one from my grandmother that has, like, you know how condensation will get up there?
Yeah.
It'll drip back down onto the meat if you're cooking like a roast.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, but it's made into it so that it actually drips down the bits you're talking about.
Yeah, right in the middle of the lid.
No, this is just flat on the inside. But it still does it. It's nice. You can twist the lid so that there's two parts, like two indentations that meet up on the top of the pot and on the lid, which then forms a small hole that steam can escape if you want it to. But have to twist the lid round for them to meet up for it to do that. But I love it. I love my cast iron cookware. Scourer and you're away. Clean it up. Haven't got to worry about this non-stick Teflon coating or scratching the stainless steel so that it doesn't clean up properly. Yeah, sod that.
Okay, so now I'm irritated.
Yeah.
Where's the damn BGA on Maypole?
Can you flag it on the...
No. Because on Maypole, the only two places to sell these bales are the BGA and Maypole Bales, wherever the hell they're at.
BGA on Maypole is halfway up the map to the right-hand side next to Field 88.
Oh, but it's not listed. I mean, there's nothing. There's like no.
Have you got your marker? Have you got your markers up? Your filter showing?
Yeah, I got everything on.
Well, it's showing for me.
I think that's weird.
It's your productions. Have you got your productions filter on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it should be showing then. It's literally between 113 and
Yeah,
88.
I can see it on the map, but there's no thing. Weird.
Yeah.
Where's Maypole Bales at? You got that on there somewhere?
Looking now.
I think that's down. Yeah, that one's farther away. I think I know where that is. Down by Field 9. Or 14 or 20 right there. But anyway, I guess I'll go to the BGA and see if these will sell. So have we put down a transfer ownership and tried it yet?
No.
Okay.
I think it should be fine because we used it on Chilliwack, didn't we? For a little bit.
I ran over some little old lady in her yellow car.
Citroen 2 CVs.
Yes.
Right, so I've bought 500 chickens and filled the coop with wheat, so we'll see how long that lasts.
How much did it take to fill it?
30,000 litres.
That's not too bad. Not too bad.
See how long it takes to eat through that.
Yeah, I've definitely got a smaller chicken coop on mine.
Put one of those great big chicken barns that we had on Chilliwack.
No. Yeah, 5,000 chickens each.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a 2,000 chicken capacity, so...
Can you do expandable pastures work with the chickens too?
I don't know, actually. I'm very new to expandable pastures. I haven't looked at anything to do with it.
You can make free range chickens. Apparently free range eggs are pretty tasty. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a guy in work with me whose parents have got a small holding, so regularly buy eggs off him.
My wife doesn't trust free range eggs, so. Yeah, it says I own these stupid bales anyway, so.
There you go.
Right, gentlemen, I'm afraid it's time for me to leave the area.
Sorry.
Have fun, and I dare say I shall catch up with the pair of you at some point in the next couple of days.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's been good, and you have a good couple of days as well.
Take care, guys.
Take it easy, bro.
Take it easy, Rusty. Take mate.
Good night.
Well, that was a pretty penny.
How much did you get off it?
121,000.
Shit. How many bales is that?
24.
Jesus. Silage, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I've still got another, at least one more load.
Wow. Considering it's only going to cost you 3,000 to cancel the contract.
Yeah. Well, the contract paid 40, would have paid 40 grand. Plus almost all these bales.
Yeah, whatever overage you had.
Because I was at, like I said, 87% or 7, like
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah.
So one load would have finished it anyway.
Yeah. I'll be back in a second.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty, guys, that's going to do us for tonight. We are just going to carry on picking up these bales after we finish, and we'll do that off stream. But yeah, this was just a little something different today. We'll probably be back on here. I'm going to keep this running until at least FS25, but probably after. So we'll be back on here at some point for sure. Maybe just do some pre-recorded stuff from time to time. But yeah, that's going to be all for now, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you again soon. You take care.